I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, everybody? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to the channel. Hey, I am here. Child, I got so many things that is just off. Let me see if I can get my light on, child. If you can hear the sound of my voice, let me know, please, and thank you by putting your side dish into the chat, child. I need to know who bought the rolls, who got the smoked turkey, okay? What else? The honey baked ham, all the things. Let me know, put it in the chat, okay? Come on in. Happy Sunday, nice to have you. What's up, Dyrese? Nice to have you. What's up, Kathy? Nice to have you. Put it in the chat, We got a lot to talk about, child. And make sure that you take the poll at the top of the chat too. Ooh, I am sorry that I am late, but I am here, baby. I am here. Come on in. So we are here to talk about last night's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, enough partying. Take your butt in the house. All right, listen, I need to know how y'all feel about Nell Fletcher. Because sometimes, y'all know, people be trying to ask the mother to course correct their adult children. We've heard these conversations before. Why aren't you saying anything to the son? Why aren't you saying anything to your kids? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was an interesting episode. Come on in. I see y'all. Come on in. Happy. You said you got what? You got the ham today. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. I knew somebody had the damn ham. I need the ham, the potato salad. I need the deviled eggs. Come on in. You said you got the cups, the plates, etc. I don't cook. Okay. I told y'all before, my mama was always on the plates and the napkins, the soda, the utensils. So I appreciate you. We're family. We all do our part. Know your strengths. Okay. Come on in, everyone. Welcome. Take the poll at the top of the chat. Whoever you guys vote for, get the most votes will wear the crown, and whoever gets the least amount of votes will become the clown by default, okay? All right, Jackie Green got the deviled eggs on deck. You guys, Jackie is one of my members. I love when my members come through. Thank you, girl. Love you. Okay, if you would like to become a member, there's a link pinned to the top of the chat. So go on ahead and click that, and that's how you support the channel. And of course, my sister, we got the same mama, same daddy. My sister Clone in the house, child, is here to help out, okay? Thank you, Clone. Thank you. I also want to give a shout out to my lip color. Okay, we talk about this a couple of times. Baby, this is the lip bar. Check it out. TLB, the lip bar. I'm wearing two colors. The darker color, or the richer violet, is called Prima Donna. Beautiful. Look at that. Very rich. And it looks exactly the way it does in the little case too. And this one, the hot pink color, is called Playmate. So if you guys are interested in either one of these colors, or both, because wearing multiple lipsticks is where it's at. Listen, that Jenna girl stole from us like they usually do. We've always put on multiple lip colors, child. And all of a sudden she put it in a kit. And everybody talk about, oh, how it makes your lips look, girl. This is, they take and they take. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, if you guys are interested in that lip color, or others, because there's plenty more, go on ahead and grab yourself some. There is a shopping icon on the front of the screen, or there is a link that is under the menu bar if you're on your computer, okay? All right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It hurts my heart every damn time. It hurts my heart. But anyway, this is also This is also Black owned. She made this in her kitchen. She took it over there to Shark Tank, and then she took it away from Shark Tank because they tried to dog her out, make it seem like it wasn't that great. But she ended up getting it into a whole bunch of stores, and I'm real proud of her. Okay, let's move on, child. Let's talk about last night, baby. Thank y'all for coming through. Hit the like button and share the video, okay? All right. So different creators have different perspectives. I love to say that because somehow y'all be pigeonholing us into the same spot, or at least you do with me. All right. So Marsau and Tisha opens up with Marsau and Tisha. Y'all know that cameraman loves Tisha. I told y'all that multiple times that damn cameraman loves him some Tisha. Okay. So Marsau is downstairs on his Apple computer over there at the desk, child. A lot of people have been questioning if he lives there or not, because he's always knocking on the damn door to get into his house. But this time he is sitting at the countertop, child, like he does live there. Probably didn't have his shoes on or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he said that the conversation he had been having with Ken over there at the bar, he said that has deeply disturbed him. And he doesn't know what the hell Tisha's on. He don't know what the hell Tisha's on, but right now that is the only thing he has running through his brain. Did this woman go to Trisha and tell her, dry snitch basically, and tell her that he was in other women's DMs? He said, I know not Tisha. Of all the people, I know not Tisha, right? So he said, I got to talk to her about it and make sure that Tisha hasn't lost all her damn marbles. So he calls her downstairs, and Tisha comes running down with this two-piece sunshine yellow, some sort of leotard or exercise outfit on, child. Anyway, like I said, that cameraman loves to drink Tisha up. She come on down the stairs looking just as happy as can be. And then Marsau decided to rain on her damn parade and put out the facts. Okay, come on in, hit the like button, share the video, Mwah. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You said Erica got what? You said you're going to do pancakes for everybody on the griddle with bacon, eggs on the side. Girl, you are speaking to my heart, okay? Because breakfast you can eat any time of day. Thank you. But yeah, Marsau said, I don't give a damn about your sunshine. I am here to bring the thunder. I am here to bring the thunder and the lightning. And so he tells her, listen, Ken came over to the bar the other day, and Tisha's like, oh, really? Because we haven't seen them in a minute. They used to come in and do karaoke and all kinds of stuff. And now all of a sudden they have been ghosts. And he said, yeah. Well, I was sitting outside on the patio, and he must have seen me when he was driving by. And when he came through, he had some crazy things to say to me, Tisha, specifically that you told Trisha that he had been sliding into other women's DMs. And Tisha was like, well, I didn't say it like that. I mean, Trisha came over here and she was spilling her sour milk on my carpet, telling me that the two of them were in a rocky place. And then she told me why, that he was accusing her of sleeping or, being with other men at bars and stuff like that. And I was basically saying to her, listen, people say the same thing about him. So y'all both need to give each other the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the comment section, is what I told her, which is true. That's how it plays out. That entire scene that Tisha had it was the first episode of this season. It was so dry and so plain. Who knew that damn episode or that little scene was going to get this much motion? Okay. But Tisha said, that's what she said to me. And I simply said, girl, he got to give you the benefit of the doubt, just like you give his ass the benefit of the doubt. And so I explained that to her, but under no circumstances did I try to, push my way into that relationship or make her think that something was going down. Marsau shuts her down and said, Tisha, that doesn't help our relationship, their relationship, or our friendships with these people. When they come to you with this bullshit, okay? I'm trying not to cuss on the Lord's Day. When they come to you with this BS, you need to play mute, okay? Act like you didn't hear, change the subject. Don't say nothing when it comes to other people's relationships. And then he said some stuff that was coded, but I understood it. What he basically said is, you and I almost divorced because of the comment section, not proof of anything. Okay, you didn't have proof of nothing, but we was about to walk on down to the courthouse and get that paperwork signed. Okay, so my advice to you, Tisha, is to not carry a bone like that to anybody. Okay, so Tisha said, to make matters worse, Tisha, now he's giving her some tea after telling her, don't talk to them. Don't tell them what they got going on, which a lot of people, if y'all remember how this show started, everyone was beating Marsau, Tisha, Maurice, Kimmy, everybody. Y'all should have told Melody what was going on. Marsau said, we don't do that. We ain't telling nobody nothing. Period. Ever. Don't even bring it up. Act like you completely dumb and blind to it, especially after what has gone down between us. And then he said, the truth of the matter is, Ken is sliding into some DMs and he don't even know who. He couldn't tell you the name of anybody. He don't know what's going on. So Tisha said, so it's true? He is creeping? Marsau said, well, he said it wasn't no creepy stuff. Like, he's making it seem like it's not bigger than that, but I'm not so sure. Either way, you see yourself out of it. Then Marsau tells Tisha that she needs to apologize for what she brought to their doorstep, and then to also remember that nobody in a relationship wants to hear from a stranger that their partner is cheating or could be cheating. Keep it to yourself, period. Okay? He said, Tisha, you didn't like it when people brought it to you, so you don't bring it to nobody else. I'm just saying, Tisha agrees with Marsau. Tisha agrees with Marsau, and then Marsau started joking with her, and he told her, you got some nerve trying to ruin Ken and Trisha's relationship. Who the hell do you think you are? And Tisha said, don't put that on me. And this is important because this is the second episode that Tisha has been dragged for filth by you know who. And we're going to talk about Martell a little later, child, because Martell got some nerve. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get there. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. What you say? She will walk to the courthouse. She'll walk to the courthouse after Scott Manners built. She might be letting Martell get comfortable. Am I right? Right. Anyway, he basically checked her and said, don't do it again. And she says she got it. Don't do it again. And a lot of people right now, because I happen to have read some of them comments, a lot of people are on Marsau's side. Tell Tisha to shut the up. How dare her, blah, 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 blah. I was like, this is why you can't listen to the comments, because it'll have you flip-flopping like a fish out of water. Okay, you'll be flip-flopping like a fish out of water. People were straight up telling Marsau just a couple of seasons ago, you are mean to your wife. You're a bastard. I hate him because of how he treats Tisha. Now everybody is in the comments rooting for Marsau. We get it now, buddy. Go ahead, give her the 1-2, the uppercut, give her everything, child. It was hilarious. But all you have to do is stick around just a little while, and you'll be on the other side. Okay, come on in. What's up, Ty? Nice to have you. You said, I agree with Marsau, but I understood what Tisha was doing, but she was being a hypocrite. You can't win. That's all I was saying. You're going to be a hypocrite at some point in your life. The way people forget the stuff, the nasty shit they do, and put themselves on a pedestal and then have you believing in their crap, we'll get there, because that's this entire episode. Okay. So anyway, after that scene, which was a good scene, I liked it. I like that Tisha and Marsau appear more couple-ish. You know what I'm saying? Good job. And I like that Marsau is holding Tisha's feet to the fire. Baby, and at this point in time, I don't give a damn what you saw with your own eyes. I don't care if you recorded it. I don't care if Jesus was standing beside you. You stay quiet. Okay, we are way too in the trenches of our own BS to be out here telling anybody anything. Don't bring another bone to anybody. Okay, come on in. Someone had to be the bone carrier. Martell's the bone carrier. That's who the bone carrier is. All right. Now we are at Nell Fletcher's house, child. She's decided to have a little get together with Tisha and Destiny. She invites them to the house. She's popping champagne, child. She got cheese squares and grapes and little whatever she got over there on that tray. Anyway, Destiny and her catch up about Detroit. Destiny said that her mama gave her the blues, gave me the damn blues. We don't see each other often. We try to talk, but my mama's still giving me that thunder, giving me that work. But I did get a chance to see my siblings. And she said the Scotts even came with me for support, but I didn't need them because I have a really big family and I was fine. And I just want to point out that this seems like it's about to roll into something for her to say the Scotts came with me for support, but I didn't need them. Now, Destiny goes on to say in her confessional that she doesn't think, or maybe she says it to Nell Fletcher, she doesn't think that the Scotts are used to her rolling that deep with family. And Destiny, none of us are. We have always saw you on this show as a loner. Even when you were there with your husband for that brief little minute, you were still by yourself. You didn't really film a whole lot as a couple. We didn't see y'all and y'all coupled them. You know what I'm saying? So for all of us, it's a shock. Not that we didn't love it, because we need to see that somebody loves you, girl, that somebody loves you, wants to take care of you, all the things, so that you don't always seem like you're by yourself and fighting this fight with this, reality TV show stuff. But like I said, because she's putting them on the back burner when we haven't heard that before, it seems like she was like, I don't have a village. I need people in my corner. Now she's saying, I don't need the Scotts in my corner. That's the point I was trying to make. So just so y'all know. Okay. But after she finishes that story, she looks over to Trish and she says, listen, Martell is spreading it around all over the Huntsville streets that Ken is in another woman's DMs, okay? Maybe many women's DMs. And he said it came from Tisha Scott. How do you feel about that? Since we're talking about the Scotts, how do you feel about Tisha telling that story and then Martell, spreading it around? Trisha said that she doesn't feel any kind of way about Tisha telling that story. And she shouldn't, because the way she brought it back to Ken was not how Tisha said it to her. Okay, that's number one. But she said basically that Tisha had no idea that her and Ken had broken up. And I told y'all last week that Trisha rope-a-doped Ken and made him think something so that she can get the truth out of him. But she said she didn't have no idea that we broke up. What she was telling me was just, we need to just be cool with each other and give each other the benefit of the doubt. And then Destiny said, so are y'all back together? Trisha said, yeah. Before Trisha could even say, yeah, good, Nell Fletcher shouts out, what the fuck y'all doing? What y'all got going on over there, breaking up, getting back together every 2 days? What is the problem? Now we know that Trisha's relationship, even though it seems like it irks the nerves of all of us watching, it irks the nerves of the viewers, it also irks Nell Fletcher's nerves. Nell Fletcher isn't even like involved with Trish and Ken that much, but just a little bit that she's seen so far made her shout out, what the f y'all got going on? What are y'all doing? I hollered. I hollered. Do you hear me? Basically, and this is all that I think she knows, because I had to do the rundown. The real introduction with Trish and Ken to Nell Fletcher, I believe, was at that house that Martell was supposed to be showing. He had an open house. And then she saw Martell and Chris try to run interference on Ken, right? Like, or on Trisha, like, well, this is how we know each other and we family and all that stuff. And she sat Chris down and said, what were you doing? Was you lying? Because that's what it looked like. Did you hook Martell up with Trisha when he was still married? All of that stuff. So she's trying to get to know Trisha, but it's not looking good. That's all I'm going to say. On top of that, The graduation party where Trisha had her ex-husband, not even her ex-husband, her husband, because they're still married even in this season that's filming. Her husband there and Ken, and we all saw them act a plumb fool. Then she dragging her feet with this divorce. So Nell Fletcher is screaming out, girl, you're bothering me with everything you got going on in that relationship. Anyway, Trisha starts, shutting her eyes and putting her head down and all of that stuff. And she said that she had kicked Ken out the house. Whatever happened, they got into it. She said, I kicked his ass right out the house. Okay, goodbye. And she said, at the time, I thought I believed it. I thought that's what I wanted. Okay. And then I told y'all last week that Trisha be turning into Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk. I told y'all that. But Trisha says, and I quote, when I get angry, I transform. And whatever happens next happens. You shouldn't have done what you pushed me to do. Whatever happens next happens because you shouldn't have pushed me there. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? If a man said that, we would be flipping out. But all I saw when she said that was that scene from Baby Boy. I put her face on Melvin, okay? And Ken was little Jody, and she had his ass in a headlock, okay? That's what be going down over there. Trisha said, when I see red, that's it. I can't come down from it. And however I got there, you shouldn't have pushed me there. You shouldn't have made me go there, and I wouldn't have had to beat your ass. And that's on that. Anyway, Destiny and Nell Fletcher are like, girl, what is your problem? And she ends up saying, I think Nell Fletcher said, are you still in therapy? Because Trisha, this can't be how you handle your life. Are you still in therapy? Trisha said, we're back together again. Me and Ken are back together again. And I am still in therapy, but it's baby steps. I'm not fully healed from that yet. Okay. Anyway, after that, Trisha lets them know that since they've gotten back together, now they're talking about having kids. Ken would like kids of his own, and she's the woman he wants to have children with. And she said, it works out great for me because I always saw myself as having 4 babies. I come from a very big family. I got 2. And even at the stage I am in my life right now, I would welcome 2 more babies. Both Nell Fletcher and Destiny are both like, girl, are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? But they don't say, are you crazy? They're really trying to be friends to her. But what's coming out of her mouth is like she's speaking another language. They're looking at her like, girl, we don't even know how to help you, right? Nell Fletcher is like, Trisha, is he just trying to, trap you, hold on to you by asking you to have his child? Because you are in no ways ready if you're telling us right now that you're transforming on this. And what did Nell Fletcher call Ken? Was it Voltron or something like that? If you transform it on him, that then why would you even think this? Okay. Not to mention, well, we'll get there. Anyway, Nell says you shouldn't be thinking about having kids, Trisha, until you are fully divorced. Why do you keep bringing more crazy into your world, girl? I thought you were way smarter than this. Destiny said, absolutely. This shouldn't even be a discussion. It shouldn't even be on the table to discuss, Trisha. Get over one hurdle at a time, girl. People say that my life is messy. You invite mess that doesn't have to be there. All accurate. In confessional, Destiny said, listen, who am I to tell a girl not to have another baby? You know what I'm saying? She already got 2 kids, but I will say this. Babies bring a lot of love into your life, but you got to be very, very grounded. And even though that woman has 2 children, one of them will be out the house in maybe 4, 5 years. You know what I'm saying? If she does everything she's supposed to do. That'll be her last. Trisha is in no way, shape, or form ready. Those 2 people literally break up every 3 days. So if they plan on having a baby, hopefully it's within that 3-day time period. Otherwise, you are already parenting with a man that you can't stand. And you got them kids up, down, and all around. Why would you bring 2 more into that situation? That's what I'm saying. Not even Destiny. That's what I'm saying. Why would you do it? Okay. Hey, friend. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. Happy Easter. I love to see Mr. Kevin in the chat. All right. So listen, yeah, so they're giving some sound advice, but you can tell at the same time, even though they don't want to be too judgmental. And this is a fine tightrope to walk. You got a friend that you know is making all the wrong choices. You don't want to get too involved because you don't want them to hate you and to stop telling you things. But at the same time, girl, you don't hear the words that's coming out of your own mouth. Stay in therapy, girl. Stay in therapy and stop making dumb choices. Okay? Anyway, after that, Nell Fletcher's like, let's change the subject, Destiny Child. Let's talk about what happened at my house a couple of days ago. Okay. I had a dinner and I invited everybody. People you know, like Twan, Lance, and then Lance brought his girlfriend Kiera into the mix. Okay. And Nell Fletcher basically lets Destiny know that Kiera was slick talking about her at the dinner table, talking about how they were exclusive, and she didn't like that you was sitting outside my house for 45 minutes, making my pizza get cold, talking to Lance, her man. Okay, I just want to put you on game, just in case, child, just in case. So Destiny said that's Kiera's problem, not mine. Her man calls me, and if she doesn't want that, then she'll put a lock on her man. That's number one. Number two, her and Lance are just friends. However, Lance does tell me everything. It's like I'm his therapist or something, which all of that was cold. Destiny was throwing straight shade to Kiera. I don't know if you know the girl or not, but Destiny saying that on television means she wanted Kiera to know, Heifer, you mad I was talking to him in the driveway? We talk all the time about everything, including you, is basically what she said. Anyway, Trisha decides she needs to get in on this party. Okay. Nell Fletcher says, interesting. Okay. Now, Nell Fletcher is giggling at what Destiny's saying. Like, all right, okay. You know what I'm saying? She's not feeling any way about it. You know what I'm saying? She's just taking it all in. She lets Destiny know that Lance is having a 34th birthday party, and Destiny doesn't even say, I know about it. She was like, oh, okay. She was telling her the theme. Everybody got to do this speak easy kind of theme, black and white. They're joking. Trisha says that I guess she knows all about Lance as well because they talk all the time. First, she asked, hold on. First, Trisha said, is Lance and Kiera still dating? Which shocks Nell Fletcher. I don't know if y'all paid attention to her face, but she does one of these cock the head to the side. And she's like, I don't know, baby. I can't say if they dating or not. They might be doing what you and fucking Ken doing. Okay. Y'all know what y'all relationship is on and off, and they might have the same relationship you and Ken got, basically trying to center her. Cause that's what the aunties do. Don't be worried about if Lance and Kiera's dating when you got your shitty ass relationship with that man over there. Worry about that. I caught it because I do it. Okay, but she said, no, don't. You're overstepping. But Trisha said, he talks to me a lot, which shocks Nell. It was like, he does. She said, oh yeah, we talk a lot. And then Destiny, again, trying to put her stamp on everything. Destiny said, I know more about Lance and what he got going on than you the mama, and you to Trisha. But both of them did buck their eyes with the stuff that Trisha was talking about. Anyway, let's move on. You said Nell thinks that her son is a player and every woman won't. He might be. All right, y'all taking a poll at the top of the chat. I need to know y'all thoughts on Nell Fletcher, okay? Nell Fletcher and her son Lance. Next scene is Lance, Nell Fletcher, the mama, and his sister Kayla. Okay, they all meet up at a club bar where he's going to have his 34th birthday party. And Nell Fletcher is going to be the financier and the host. Okay, she's going to be the one to take care of everything. Nell says that she's happy that she gets an opportunity to unwind at this birthday party because she sure as hell need it with everything she has going on in her life. But she also said that this is Lance's last rodeo with her. She will not be financing or paying for any more parties, period. She said he's a grown man with kids, and this is where she's going to draw the line. So 34 years of your mama throwing you a party is a nice little, I mean, I'm just saying, Lance, if you don't realize how the rest of the world works, you got it good, baby. That's a lot of spoiling. That's a lot of spoiling. Okay. I think my last party my mama threw was my graduation party. I don't think there was anything else after that. Okay. And then the wedding, she helped out with the wedding. And then she helped out with the house. But you know what I'm saying? Those were big things. It wasn't a party after party after party. Okay. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you guys. 229 of y'all are here. Make sure y'all hit my like button and share the video, okay? And happy Easter to you. Get yourself full. We got an open bar and all kinds of stuff happening here, okay? So anyway, Lance tells his mother that he is exhausted. He's exhausted and she knows how he is, right? He is always doing everything for everybody else. And he was so exhausted and so worn out that he didn't realize he hadn't eaten all day. And he ends up horse playing with his friends. And who knows what happened, but he ended up planting his face on the ground. He had a big scab right in the center of his bridge, right between the eyes, a big black scab. He also had a big bruise on his cheek. And Nell is looking at him like she thinks he's lying. She was like, it looks much better than when you first showed it to me. But she is giving him a look that only a mama gives their son when they know there's more to the story than what's being told, right? I mean, the mouth is open. She's just staring dead in his eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know what that looks like. But she's like, okay. Anyway, after that, Nell tells Lance that he's done enough partying. You've done enough partying, okay? You need to take your ass in the house and be with them kids and relax, is what she tells him. And he went, nah, 4th of July is right around the corner. And she looks at him like, boy, okay, I just told you. And he went, nah, just playing. She said, you're not playing. You're my son, and I know exactly who you are. Go home. You have a beautiful home, beautiful kids, young kids, and you should have your butt at home with your children, okay? You're a father and you need to act like it. Again, I'm just to tell y'all right now, this is my family all day. I'm sorry. This is an exact conversation you will get any place, anywhere, anytime in my family. All of the women would say this to you. Sit your ass down. And they, not just to the boys, to the girls too. You're a mama. Why are you out in them streets? Go home. This is the conversation people have been asking for, and this is the one they're getting. Okay? Lance basically pretends like, you know, it's no big deal. This is coming from a married woman. You want me to stay in the house when you a married woman? Nah. I see what you're saying. What you're telling me to do for real is just not tell you when I'm dating. Now you've pissed her off. And she sat there and she gave him another long stare. And she said, Lance, if that's how you want to play it, just know this. I don't want them little nasty hoes that you running these streets with and bringing back in and out that house around my grandkids. You can lay your dick in the dirt if you want to. Did y'all hear that? You can lay your dick in the dirt if you want to, but keep it from around them babies. And I mean it. Now he has to shut the F up because he done pushed a button that he knows can only go up. Okay? There's no coming down. It can only go up. So don't play with her. And the whole time she was saying it, his sister Kayla sat there silent as a church mouse, but nodding her head like this. Yep. She said, you can lay your dick in the dirt, but keep it from around them kids. You got 3 or 4 of them at the house. They're babies and they don't need women walking in and out. Same thing that people would tell their daughters, don't have a bunch of men going in and out of the house. That's nasty. I didn't raise you like that. Don't do it. She has every right to say that to him. Okay, keep taking the poll, child. I already told y'all where I stand. But anyway, in order to change the subject, because he realizes, ooh, I done messed up now. You certainly did. You messed up. Now he says, I think Nell says, tell me about this guest list. Who's on the guest list, right? And then Nell said, Trisha was at the house the other day, her and Destiny, and she told me that she doesn't need an invite because you already invited her. And now this is making Lance like the wheels in his head spin. He went, that's what she said? Because I sent an invite to everybody. It was the same invite. I did a copy and a paste. She didn't get nothing special from me, but his mind is working overtime because he's thinking about the comment that she made under one of his pictures. And so Nell Fletcher says, do you know? Because I don't even trust you, boy. You know what I'm saying? Do you know that Trisha and Ken are broken up? Have you been entertaining her? Because I don't like your I don't like your reaction. And he goes, no. And furthermore, listen, I'm not even trying to get into that. I invited everybody. She's invited. Ken is invited. In fact, Ken is my friend. And I'm going to show y'all something. Because Trisha left me a message under one of my photos, and I didn't know how to interpret it. So I sent the message to Ken because I didn't know what Trisha meant by it. And I don't want no drama or no problems. I consider Ken a friend. And now Nell's like, okay, show me what the picture looked like. Show me what's going on. So he shows her the picture. They blur a little bit of it, but you get to see 3 heart eye emojis and then 1 licky tongue, the way Lance described it. It's a licky tongue. So he goes, what do you think that means? Because I don't know. Knowing dang on well that he knows, because I think probably every street in Huntsville is named after Lance, okay? Whatever the street name, it's Lance Avenue, Lance Boulevard, Lance Plaza. You live in them streets, boy. Anyway, he claims he don't know what it means. And Kayla said, well, I think it means that she wants to taste you. And he's like, is that what it means? Oh, I didn't know. That actually made me laugh. Anyway, after it was all said and done, Nell Fletcher goes, Trish, because she's pissed. Okay. The idea that this woman would have sent those emojis, and even if they were wrong, it takes nothing to delete it. There is a delete button. Sometimes you accidentally put stuff there. Chili, okay, from TLC. Sometimes you might accidentally retweet or whatever it is, a comment, but the second you see it, you untweet it. You take the comment off. You don't keep it out there for everybody's eyes to land on. That's just not what happens, okay? Anyway, after that, Nell just basically puts it in her reserves because she knows she's going to have to use it later, child. We'll see. But right now, she ain't liking her son too much. And I don't blame her. Keep taking the poll because we're going to get there after we get to this last scene, okay? Anyway, now we're at Lance's party and everybody come dressed to the nines. At least some of y'all came dressed to the nines. Not everybody. I take that back. Nell and Chris come dressed to the nines. They look real good when they walk in. They're the first to arrive. Okay. He has this like blackjack table and little gambling tables all around. There's an area where the family is supposed to sit. VIP section. Real nice. The lighting's nice. Balloons everywhere. He also has a 6-foot tall statue poster board of himself, and Lance is about an inch taller than Nell Fletcher. And I told y'all last year when we was watching season 10, Nell Fletcher barely cleared the mattress of her own bed. They did a scene in her bedroom. I barely saw that woman's head. It was mostly hair that went over the mattress. That's how short that's how short she is. So Lance is not that much taller, okay? But when Chris walks in and he saw that damn poster board, child, he had this cigar in his mouth. He went, why the hell she make himself that tall? He is howling, okay? He is hollering. And he is just pointing and laughing, like, this boy no better than to give himself a 6-foot tall statue, poster board of himself. How tall? This is not even accurate. This is not even accurate, child. Anyway, that shit made me laugh. Nell Fletcher was laughing at it too. So when Lance goes back and watches this scene, he is going to have a bone to pick with his parents because, baby, they were damn near on the floor. That's how hard they were laughing. He walked all the way up to the poster board like, this is a mess. This is a mess. Come on in, hit the like button, share the video, y'all. Anyway, after they crack up at Lance's expense, the expense of his height, Kayla and Chris Jr. comes in. They're super cute. Chris Jr. looks like he's, cleaned himself up just for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hugs his mama, kisses her. They all, greet each other. It was real cute. Whew. Then comes Martell. Y'all know Martell. I've been saying this for the last couple of episodes. Martell is extra large now. And at least in these video clips, I mean, he's back to being extra big. And some kind of way, that man put on a medium suit. Once again, I don't know where he found it. Give it back to your oldest son, because that's who should be wearing that damn suit now. Martell, before he even walked in the door good, you could see everything was wrong with that suit. He had popped a button. He had his tie over it, but that damn shirt had already popped open, bursting from the seams, shoulder seams, literally loosening up, the back, the seam down the middle, literally peeling apart. He's coming out of everything, child. The print in his pants. Y'all know how people be talking about jogging suit. Oh, it's jogging season or grape jogging pants season. Baby, Martell needed some diaper rash cream for what he had going on in that damn suit. And I'm not lying to you, child. It was disturbing, okay? I was like, why would he come there with that? Why would he come in that medium suit? You should have borrowed a suit from Maurice, okay? Maurice has extra large suits, your size. You might not like them. They might not be your quality of suit, but that's who you should have borrowed one from, because, baby, you could not fit what you had on. It was a mess. A mess. Anyway, Destiny rolled in. She is very much on theme, child. She got her feathers on, her long sheer skirt on, some sort of, I don't know if it was like a leotard or some sort of bodice underneath. Anyway, she looked good. Destiny was definitely on point. But when she comes in, now her, Nell Fletcher, and Martell get to talk about Trisha sending those emojis under Lance's picture, right? And yes, you are going to have to watch it because that suit was a mess. Anyway, Destiny said, Lance already sent me the picture, child. I told you, Lance and I talk about everything. You're not sharing anything new with me. But yes, he showed it to me. And Nell Fletcher said, what in the is Trisha's problem What type of friend is she, Destiny? She said, I can't speak for the emojis. I don't send emojis, so I can't translate them. I don't know what they mean. That's a good friend you have, Trisha, because baby, if it was anybody else, they would have slammed you for it like they're about to do later in the episode. But Destiny said, keep me out of it. I don't know anything about it. I can't translate it for you. Martell is making every face in the world. God damn. Oh my God. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Martell loves to get out of pocket. Martell loves to put a little extra stank on things, okay? So he is sitting here making all these faces. Like just anything that he could think of, okay? Destiny's like, Trisha's never going to survive this season. Trisha's never going to survive this season, baby, with this storyline. You're right. Okay. Anyway, Tisha and Kimmy and their respective others come walking in the door. Tisha and Kimmy are both wearing some sort of leopard. Tisha has a leopard leotard on with a white fur. Okay. And Tisha said, this is my jam. Okay. Any type of party that has a theme is my jam. I'm just happy to be invited because y'all know her and Nell Fletcher were on the outs, but now everybody's coming in just like they should. If you have fights on these reality TV shows, go on ahead and find a way to come together so that y'all can hang out and film for a little bit and get some more tea about each other. But anyway, she come in the door and they all greet. And Marsau in particular is extra friendly, okay? Marsau came in in a plain Jane suit. Let me say that though. Black shirt, gray suit. I'm not giving y'all nothing extra. You don't get a derby hat or nothing out of me. But he goes over, daps it up with Chris, goes over, like blow kisses to Nell Fletcher, I think on both cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for inviting us. We really appreciate it, kind of thing. It was real cool. Unlike Martell, who had came into the party, I think it was a Nell Fletcher party before, and didn't say a word to Tisha. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak to Marsau, but not to Tisha. That kind of thing. I like that Marsau can be the bigger person. Be the bigger person. Let me talk about Maurice's outfit because it sucked. Maurice had on a scarf around his neck. He had a derby on. I'm sure he thought he was fly, but it was missing the mark for me. I didn't like it too much. You know what I'm saying? It was missing the mark just a little bit, but he did try. He did try to dress up and be on theme. Marsau, not so much. Trisha and Ken come in. They dressed for the theme too. I will say that they dressed for the theme. I like Trisha's little, it was some sort of white cape that she had on, like a short sleeve white cape with a black bodysuit underneath it. It was cute. It was cute. She had on a black derby or a fedora. Ken had on like a short sleeve shirt. He knew that he was about to bust out of his clothes too. So he definitely put on something that was wearable for the evening. And a vest, okay? So he looked decent. I liked it. Anyway, here's where the problem comes in, y'all. Make sure y'all get good and full, please and thank you. Right now, get full. Because here comes Lance, who looked very nice. He was dressed for his party just like he was supposed to be. But his girlfriend, who is showing up on his arm, he is literally the man of the hour. The girlfriend was not dressed in any way that says that she was with him. It was like they didn't talk about outfits. I don't know, but there's a certain way that you, the date of the guest of honor, should be dressed. And when I tell y'all that Hifam, she missed every mark. And as soon as she got out the car and started walking in, the first thing I said when I was watching it on TV was, what is she wearing? That is crazy. Destiny outdressed that girl's ass. And I mean that. And Destiny and Trisha. And Tisha and Kimmy. All of them. And his mama. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, the second Nell sees Kiera, I don't even think she said hello. What she said was, you got to be confident to wear that. You got to be confident to wear that, is what Nell Fletcher says to this girl, which would have made me turn around and go the fuck home. Or at the very minimum, say, yes, ma'am, thank you. And then I would have walked away, but I wouldn't have stayed there to chit chat. We're done with this conversation, Nell Fletcher. But she stops her in her tracks and literally looked her up and down like, what the do you have on? Horrible. So let me tell y'all what she had on. Yes, Y'all might have seen these stockings on TikTok. They're tight and they're supposed to be flesh colored. So it looks like you're wearing black stockings, sheer, but it looks like your legs are being seen. You know what I'm saying? All the way up to the crotch, all the way up. And so a lot of the young girls put those on, maybe older women too, I don't know. They'll put that on with like a little half top or whatever. And she was wearing something similar to that, a pair of stockings that was supposed to give the illusion of nudity with some sort of blouse, like a half crop blouse, something from Shein. Okay, I've seen it over there. I shop there, but something from Shein. And Nell Fletcher said, girl, that's a problem. That's a problem. What are you wearing? You got to be confident to wear that. This puts Kiera in a bad mood. And she was like, well, blame that on your son, because he didn't talk to me. He didn't communicate. Blame that on your son. And Nell said, really? Well, let me ask you a question. Because he said, y'all not even really an item. That's how the conversation starts. Why are you even here? My son said, you're not even an item for real. And here you are prancing around here, a grown woman with children, looking like you not even dressed. Did you get the memo? What invite did you get? Why is everybody else dressed up and your ass not dressed up? What's the problem? I feel you. Anyway, from there, Kiera just seems to spill all of her beans. There is no part of her relationship with Lance that she is holding on to. She tells Nell Fletcher, his mama, your son is causing a lot of complications in our relationship. He's not showing enough effort to me. When we're out, it seems like he wants to claim me. Okay, basically she was saying when they go out, he cock blocking. He making sure that no other man gets close to her. But when he drop her back off at the house, that's when the complications begin again, because he goes out and he acts single. But she's supposed to stay home with the kids, maybe even his kids, because he definitely got a rotation of babysitters. We know that just from the conversation. Okay? And Nell Fletcher said, is that right? And she said, yeah, that's right. So they're talking. And I guess Lance peeped them having a conversation from the side, or production said, go on in there, child. They talking about you. Either way, he should have stayed wherever he was, because he got murdered in this scene. Okay. Pop, pop, smack, smack. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Okay. And in front of the entire cast. So he rolls up like, hey, what's going on? Like he doesn't know what's happening, what they're talking about. And while he's talking, you got Maurice, who really should be taking a smacking, whatever Nell Fletcher was saying, he should be internalizing as well, because that applies to him too. But we got Maurice behind him, Chris Fletcher, who knows the game. So Chris said, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to sit here, drink my drink, and smile. I'm not going to say nothing. You're about to get this licking, boy. Okay. And Martell is the other person who should have been taking everything in. This is a beating I need. Okay. This is the beating I need. Anyway. And then if that wasn't enough, Marsau is behind Kiera getting drinks for him and Tisha. But at some point he just leans in on the bar like, baby, I had no idea when people said that the Fletchers bring the thunder. They right. The Fletchers bring the thunder. Absolutely. Y'all might not think they're transparent, but when they show up on this damn show, they do bring the thunder. I need production or whoever's in charge of paying them going ahead and triple that salary right now, because Nell Fletcher looked at her son and she said, baby, I don't know. You might need you got a situationship, a baby ship. Okay. All kinds of ships happening over here with you. And she's basically saying, I didn't raise you like this. This heifer been giving me an earful, okay? She's been giving me an earful, telling me all your business. After that, Lance, actually, this is how it happened. My bad. I'm going to roll this back. Lance says, lituations. That's the theme, as in this is a lit situation. Lituations. Nell said, lituations, situations, babiations. You might need a vacation. You might need to rest that second head of yours because you're doing too much, right? Lance said, what? What's going on? Nell said, well, from what I hear, you're running from this situation. And she points dead smack at Kiera. You're running from this situation. Lance is like, I don't run from anything. I don't run from anything. I don't know what this is, but since it's already on the table, it's already out there. Go on ahead and say what you have to say now that I'm standing here. I'm not even going to ask for this to be a conversation we have off camera or on the side. Speak your piece right now. Anyway, Kiera says, I was telling your mama. So Kiera admits it. I was telling your mama that you're a problem because you cool with hanging with me with all of our kids together, right? When the kids are together, we can hang out for hours and hours and everything seems good. But when it's time for you and I to do one-on-one, that's when you ghost me. And then I'll wake up the next morning and I'll see that you've been outside in these streets for hours and hours. You're having fun. You're out with other people, but you're not out with me. Lance admits it. He was like, yeah. And I work all week. I parent my kids. I can go out alone if I want to. Sometimes I need that break and I take that time, 5, 6, 7 hours to myself. I don't need that. I don't have to hang out with you and I don't need to tell you about it. In fact, I don't tell anybody about it. And even in him saying that, he was saying, I don't tell you about it and I don't tell my mama about it. That's none of your business. What I choose to do on my time is my time. Anyway, Kiera says, Lance, I feel like we should be able to go out together and have our one-on-one time. Lance says, and she says, not just with the kids. Not just with the kids. Lance says, I'm always with my kids, baby. I'm always with my kids, baby. So if you're trying to make it seem like my kids are a problem for you, you can go on ahead and get the step and right the fuck now, because I don't do that. Kiera says, slow your roll. First off, pause, because I'm always with my kids too. So don't do that. Don't try to make it seem like I'm not a good mama or I got a problem with the kids. I'm with my kids too. Nell says, when y'all sat at my dinner table the other week, y'all told me y'all was exclusive. Now you're trying to make it seem like you're not. What's going on? Okay. Are you exclusive or you're not exclusive? Lance says, we're both dating other people. And in fact, Nell Fletcher points at Kiera and said, I was told that you're with other men. So what's really going on? Is you exclusive or not? Because now Nell Fletcher has an attitude with Kiera saying, he's telling me you're with other men, when she knows damn well that her son is with other women. You already had that conversation with your daughter, Kayla, that he's out here throwing it everywhere. You just told him, take your ass home. Be with your children. You have a beautiful house, beautiful children, young children. Stay at home and be a father. You asked for them kids, you got them. Okay? In confessional, and Lance had, I think, 3 different confessional looks, child. He had to film 3 separate times in order to respond to this scene. But this man said, in confessional, we're not exclusive. We tried to be, and then something happened, and now we decided we're no longer exclusive. We was going to date other people. Well, that's code for you started out exclusive, then you cheated on her. And then in order for her to stay with you, to have some part of that nasty, dirty, rotten, no good of yours that his mama was talking about earlier, you said you would rather have a piece of him than no piece. And now you want to act like you're out in these streets too, when that's not really what you want. You're dating men, you're letting them take you outside, buy you drinks, feed you, and you have no idea how they're going to respond to you on the other side of that, because you might be going home, leaving them with blue balls. When Lance goes home with the woman he takes out, he takes them all the way to last base. You know what I'm saying? So you're out here messing yourself up for Lance, hoping that he gets jealous or wants you back or whatever it is. And that's never going to happen. When you told him that he could have his cake and eat it too, he said, cool, cool, that's fine. And every once in a while, I'm going to take you outside just like I did today. I'm bringing you around my folks again. I'm bringing you around people I call friend again, to keep your mind confused so that you don't ever, you know what I'm saying? So you just have that little bit of hope. But I'm never going to make it a serious situation. And she knows this, but she wants him to say it out loud. So what are we then? What are we then? He was like, well, we here. What would you call it? She asking both of us. Now Nell Fletcher's pissed because she knows that both of them are dumb. You're 34 years old and you are a father to young children. And I don't know how old Kiara is, but you still up there. You in your damn 30s. And you have young children. So why are y'all both playing these games? Anyway, Nell Fletcher said, listen, don't bring another woman in front of my damn grandkids. That, I mean, don't do it. And don't bring another woman to my damn dinner table. My dinner table is exclusive. Check that. Okay? My dinner table is exclusive. Don't bring another woman over there. I don't want people. In other words, I'm going to tell y'all what this is. Don't use me, your father, our family to make these girls think that they could be the one when that's not what you're doing. And don't prance them around those damn kids, making them think that they could be the one either. Because we all know what that is. Don't do it. And then she said, excuse me, fellas. And she went and grabbed her damn purse and her coat, and she walked off. Bravo to Nell Fletcher. Anyway, let's do the poll now. Let's do the poll, baby. Crown or clown? I hope I got it right this time, because yesterday I got it a little confused. Crown or clown? Which one do you agree with? Do you think that Nell Fletcher is right in telling her son, you need to slow down and raise your kids? Or do you think that Lance, he's young, he works hard, he wants to play hard, it's cool, he should be able to do what he wants to do? I'm going to get the answer for y'all, see what y'all had to say. I'm on Nell Fletcher's side. And Lance would have got the same speech from me, from me or any woman in my family. I've heard those speeches. Don't do it. Don't do it. You think people don't know, but they know what it is, okay? So hold on. Let me get this up for y'all, because I do like for anyone who's watching the replay to also take the poll. So take the poll if you're doing the replay too, but 88% of the chat is on Nell Fletcher's side. They said she wears the crown and that her son, Lance Fletcher, wears the clown by default. Get your life together, son, and stop playing these girls. You're too old for this. The only thing that happens next is somebody's going to hurt you or hurt somebody you love, because you're playing with people's heart. You play with people's heart, things go wrong. Okay? And I don't blame her. Don't bring another woman around them damn kids. You playing with people. Okay? Anyway, that's her child. She knows him best. And she already said, I know who you are. I know who you are. And even in her confessional, baby, in her confessional, Nell Fletcher said some real coach. She said, my son used to have higher standards. My son used to have higher standards, but now that boy is dragging his knuckles across the equator, okay? Across the damn Earth's equator. I'm going to need him to get his together. And I don't know how to help him, but I'm going to have to help him get there. That's exactly what she says in her confessional. That's a tough place to be, okay? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Yeah, Lance is trying to sow oats, and he has to stop. He has to stop until he's ready. Anyway, let's get to Marsau and Tisha. Marsau and Tisha end up sidebarring Ken and Trisha so that Tisha can apologize to both Trisha and to Ken. Okay, to both Trisha and to Ken about putting doubt in their relationship. Tisha said, I didn't even know that y'all were having problems like that. Like, I didn't know y'all were living apart and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just trying to help. But Marsau said, listen, I'm going to apologize for her. I'm apologizing because the Scotts aren't like that. We don't do that. And then Marsau attempts, after telling Tisha to stay out of their business, stop giving advice. What does Marsau turn around and do? Gives advice. He does the same thing he told Tisha not to do. Marsau said, listen, y'all both out here putting out thirst traps, asking other people to get involved in your damn relationship, okay? He said, y'all are both playing with fire. That's his exact words. You both are posting thirst traps, and you're both playing with fire. It's like you're asking for something to happen, like you don't want to be together, and we're rooting for you. We want y'all to figure it out, okay? We hope that y'all can. But at the end of it, Marsau basically says to both of them, but really to Ken, that people get blinded by the comments. They'll start listening to people who only know one side of the story. And before you know it, your mind is being rope-a-doped. You aren't taking account the full picture, and you will blow up your entire spot in order to prove someone in the comment section right. He's not lying. Okay, you're over here on this TV show. You know it's real. You know it's fake. And you're sitting here listening to people who only got one side of the story. But Marsau tells him this. He said, take it from us. We've already been through this. Okay, we've already walked through here. We've already quarreled. We've already ran, hop, skip, jump, you name it. We're giving you this tea, and you take it the way you want to take it. But y'all know y'all real story. Nobody else does. And if you want to keep listening to people that's in the comment section, tell you what to do, and then start looping your head and saying, you know what, they right. Going ahead and blow up your spot if you want to. Anyway, they are broken up. We know that Ken and Trisha are broken up. Ken was just on an interview the other day where he said he already signed his contract for next season. So he hopes that this isn't a problem, but they have broken up already. He wishes her the best, thinks she's a good woman, believes that she's marriage material, but not for him, okay? Anyway, after he says all of that, because I was like, Marsau, you literally attacked Tisha and you didn't take your own advice. Here's somebody else who doesn't take their own advice after dragging Tisha through the mud. Lance is in a huddle, and he asked the guys, quick question. He said, if one of y'all was friends with somebody in the group and that person's woman was in your comment section and they did something inappropriate, how would you take that? Would you say something to them? And now everybody's like, literally, they stop breathing. Like Marsau even stops breathing. Like everybody's like, please don't tell me that Tisha was in anybody's comments. I just had a conversation with her about the comments. You could see Maurice's face look to the side like, is it possible that Kimmy is in these streets like me? Like everybody's waiting for the shoe to drop. Martell said, who? Because he's the only person who's free. Who was in the comments? Lance says Trisha. And again, Martell acts a plum monkey. Oh my God. No, not Trisha. Oh Lord. Da, da, da. Anyway, I just want to point out again, Martell, a man who have season after season blamed Tisha for breaking up his own marriage. The joy and pleasure he gets out of breaking up other people's relationships is astounding to me. He is acting a fool, literally hand over chest. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. Fred Sanford style, acting a fool. And everybody else is holding their poker stick or whatever the hell they doing, looking like, what is this about? Martell is calling Tisha Martell is calling Trisha a hoe without actually saying the words, right? But he's like, that doesn't surprise me at all. Of course it's Trisha. Anyway, they asked to see what it is. Lance is showing everybody. I don't know if he's afraid that Ken is going to beat his ass or what, but he just wants everybody to see that he has nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, Lance, pipe down. You don't have to show everybody and their mama, but maybe he has, like I said, he barely clears the bed because he looks like he's as tall as Nell Fletcher. So he's just like, I don't want no problems. I want everybody to know this had nothing to do with me, right? So he shows everybody the picture and they're looking at it like, good gravy, Trisha. You know what I'm saying? What is the problem? While all this is going on, you see the girls are in their own huddle. They're on the other side, but we'll talk about them in a second. Anyway, Ken walks up to the conversation, child, because, you know, he knows what's going on. Producer's like, get on in there, baby. This is your time, child. Your time to shine. Ken walks over and he asks what's going on. And they're like, before we tell you, you need to put the muscles away. He doesn't know that Lance already told them, right? But they're like, put the muscles away, baby, pipe down, sit, because there's so much going on. We don't want you acting a fool in here, right? He's like, I need to know what you're talking about before I can act a fool. Like, what's going on, right? Anyway, they end up telling him. And Ken said, I know about it. And this shocks them because they're like, well, how do you handle it? Because this isn't the first time you've been brought news about Trisha and somebody in this group. So how are you taking the news that she was with one pretty boy, Martell, and now she's with another pretty boy, Lance, and neither one of them pretty boys look like yours? Okay, that's coming from Maurice. Anyway, Ken said, listen, I talked to her about it. She explained it to me. She fat fingered the comments. She didn't mean to put the licky emoji, but at the same time, y'all, Trish and Lance are cousins, so it don't mean anything. Now, after he says that they're cousins, Martell smacks his hand against Lance's arm. Cousins. He's fallen all out because, again, Martell has no coup. And for as much as he doesn't like for people to talk about what he got going on with his women, all he does is dry snitch on every single body that's ever been on the show, including Melody. He's dry snitched. That's all he does. So he's like, cousins, y'all ain't no damn cousin. Not only is she always doing stuff she ain't supposed to do, she lies. She ain't no damn cousin. Boo, well, the lie started with Chris Fletcher, and it was a lie you was willing to continue when y'all were at that damn open house. You and Chris went to the side to get your story straight because you thought Megatron, aka Ken, was gonna pound you into the ground like a damn nail. But right now, Martell feels like he done beefed up, so he don't care. And he is laughing in Ken's face. She's a liar and she's a hoe. That's what he said. Okay. Ken said, listen, I ain't trying to be mean or talk bad about Trisha, but Trisha's a little slow. Trisha's a little slow. You know what I'm saying? She's slow. I don't know what to say. So they all get their giggles out over that, child. Anyway, whatever. Now we are over there with the women. They're all sitting in the VIP section, and they end up talking about Trisha. I think Nell Fletcher brings it up. Trisha, what's going on with you and my son? He showed me that comment you made in his DMs. Now, she didn't make the comment in the DM section. She made it under his picture. It was open for everybody to see. I'm taking myself off screen. It was open for everybody to see, right? And so Trisha's pissed. She's like, I wasn't in the DMs, right? She's screaming, I wasn't in his DMs. I wasn't in his DMs. And Nell Fletcher said, yes, she was. And she's like just really trying to correct her with that, not realizing DMs, open comment does not matter, Trisha. Damn, it is what it is. But now everybody's like, well, what happened? What is it? Because Tisha and Kimmy, their ears are perked up, right? They sit there smiling like, well, girl, let me see what happened. What was it? What was the comment? I just fat fingered the comment. I wasn't in there, right? The only person that's trying to give Trisha just a little bit of wiggle room, because that girl was in a whole panic, was Destiny. Destiny was just like, oh my God, girl, I'm sorry. Like, I hope you live through this one. Child, anyway, after she says all of that, I think it is Destiny who pulls out her phone to show the picture. Actually, it was Nell Fletcher and Destiny. They both pull out their phones to show the picture. And Tisha snatches that phone right out of Nell Fletcher's hand. Baby, give it to me. I want to see it. And she was like, a licky tongue. So now everybody is hollering. They're screaming. Kimmy's like, where is it? I want to see. I want to see. Nobody's giving Kimmy this phone. Finally, somebody give Kimmy the phone. She's like, girl, like now Kimmy and Tisha, they feeling real good about their situation. They're feeling real good about their situation, child. Getting their whole entire life off of Trisha's top. And this is what I mean when I say, baby, it doesn't take much, child. People will, they'll become a hypocrite real quick, child, just to stand on somebody else's shoulders, and laugh. But this is what these people are doing, and they're all giggling. They are telling Trisha, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? How is Ken dealing with the fact that you don't know how to handle yourself? Okay, come on, get it together. Trisha's desperately trying to explain herself. She's like, we're cousins. I would never. Nell Fletcher was like, I heard some shit about y'all being cousins, but when my husband told me that crap, I didn't believe it then, and I don't believe it now. Furthermore, Lance ain't even really my husband's kin, you know what I'm saying? The bloodline. I mean, he's been his father, but he's not his biological father, which means that you and Lance are not cousins in real life, child. They are breaking it all the way down. She was like, well, at least he's my fourth cousin. Kimmy said, in Alabama, it don't even count if you a cousin. If you a cousin, people do whatever they want to do, child. I don't even know why you acted like that's some sort of boundary. Cousins go in Atlanta and in Alabama. Cousins go. You feel me? So they are all just tearing her up. It was actually pretty funny. What did I miss? I gotta see out the comments. Anyway, after they all get finished ragging her, because they do, it was awful. That's when Tisha takes a deep breath and said, oh, okay, y'all, let's talk about something else. I want to know how all of us, all the women in this group, can support each other better. Nell, I saw the other day that Chris Fletcher lost his license, his real estate license. And I want to know, what can we all do because I didn't even know when I saw it. I was like, should I call? Should I text? I don't know. Anyway, after she gets finished with that spiel, Nell Fletcher was looking at her the whole time. And you know that when you don't have good relationships with people and they say things like that, your first thing is you're going to get a little paranoid about how that person's approaching you, right? And so she said, Tisha, I understand why you wouldn't call me or anything, because we don't fuck with each other for real, okay? And she said it so hard, emphasizing both the F and the K, that everyone sitting in that little round circle did this. Ooh, like Jesus Christ, they had to exhale for Tisha. Here we go. They knew that that was about to bring the thunder. But Tisha knew how to pivot. She pulled the almighty pivot. She went, well, you don't have to say we don't F with each other. I mean, she went, but no, we don't. We don't. Now, y'all know I said I wanted to get to know everybody better in this group, but the only person I really talk to is Destiny. I even said I wanted to get to know Trisha better, but we ain't really done that for real. So if I don't talk to Trisha for real, I damn sure don't talk to the two of y'all, Kimmy and Tisha, for real. And then because she has already been drinking and she's already been trying to, you know, keep her cool with her son, and not really, because she let his ass have it. Now she said, y'all know what? I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm getting it left and right. Chris wasn't even motherfucking home when I got served. The process server knocked on the door and I answered it, and I had to be the one to sign for the shit. Okay? And Tisha's like, you signed for it. Now, Tisha's acting concerned, but really all she's doing is taking all these juicy tidbits, because when they go home with that damn doggy bag from the party, her and Marsau is going to have a time. She's going to tell her everything that was going on with Lance and everybody, and she's going to tell him everything that happened in the girl group. And that's how couples do it, okay? This is the party after the party. But Tisha's like, oh my God, why was you served? Tisha's egging it on, trying to get as much tea as possible. Nell said, because that motherfucker wasn't at home, okay? And not to mention, I'm on my damn way to Florida, and then I get a call from my dad, and he's sick, and I got to turn back around, couldn't even take my trip and go pick him up, and then don't let me get on my sons, the motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. And now she's, you know, Nell's doing that Nell Fletcher cry that comes out when she has too much brown liquor in her system. So now she's, you know, doing the cry talk. And everybody just sitting here like, oh my God. Nell stands up. She walks out to go to the bathroom. My girl, Kimmy says in her confessional, I don't know what overwhelmed looks like, but if you look up the word overwhelmed in the dictionary, Nell Fletcher's picture would be right there. And the second those words came out of her mouth, I'm sure she wanted to eat them back up. Because if Nell Fletcher is beside the word, you're on the cover. You're the picture that people see to buy the book, baby. There's no one more overwhelmed than what you got going on in your house with Marie Scott. Stop playing. Oh my goodness, poor Kimmy. Girl, another hypocrite. Another hypocritical moment where you are so involved in somebody else's pain that you forgot about the you go through. I hope you walk them damn words backward. I hope you walk it back in the next episode, baby, because that was the wrong move to play. But anyway, Nell Fletcher goes into the bathroom, and all the ladies follow her into the bathroom while she cries some more. And they tell her, we got you, girl. It's going to get better, I promise. And who knows where Chris is, but he's the one who brought this ton of bricks down on her head. But anyway, that was the show. I actually liked this episode. It was still a solid 10 out of 10. Still a solid 10 out of 10. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get so lost in the sauce with somebody else's story that they help you forget that your shit stinks too. That's just life. Nobody walks a straight line when it comes to that. But that's what happened on the episode. And yes, I'm going to rate it. I'm giving this a solid 10 out of 10. I like the way it played out. I thought there was very real moments. There were conversations that was had on this episode that I have heard in my own family and have spoken with my own lips. Okay. So I'm giving it a 10. Y'all can drop it in the comments what y'all think. Okay. And rate my review too, child. Sometimes I falter and fall. Yesterday wasn't my best. Anyway, I also give Nell Fletcher the scene snatcher because telling that girl that she was underdressed or that she that it took a whole lot of courage or confidence to wear what she had on. That floored the hell out of me. Okay. I went, and we're filming, and you're going to tell that girl that while those cameras is rolling. Oh, what a horrible place to be in. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for coming through. Let's see, 10 out of 10, and you were a 10 out of 10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 10 out of 10 for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming over and supporting my channel on Easter Sunday of all things, okay? Y'all make sure that you are following me over there on the IG because a link is going to go up today, and every one of these are going to be tricked out. So the way you see all the decor on this hat, I am personally going to do. Everyone is going to be individualized for you. No hat will look the same based on my style. Okay. And you don't have to like it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, that's cool. You can trick it out however you please, but I do just want to give you a little piece of me because you guys compliment me all the time and you make me feel so good. So I thought I will do for you what I do on my own. Okay. So I appreciate you guys. And then Miss Ty, thank you so much for blessing the channel. You said great review as always. Enjoyed your review and have a great day. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a blessing. Okay, let's see. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day. That's right, that's right. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Clone, for helping out with the chat, being a moderator. I appreciate you. And of course, like I said, I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking it out with me. Thank you also to my members who came over and had a good time with us today, Miss Jackie Green. I appreciate you, girl. And if I miss anybody else, because I was trying to stay focused on this, I apologize. I'll give you a shout out a little later on, but I love y'all. Until the next one, bye-bye.